You are watching the HangWith.me Showcase series, cast by myself, Totalbiscuit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SHOUTcraft right here, bringing you Morrow in the green trunks playing Zerg here on the Xel'Naga Caverns versus his opponent Socke in the baby blue trunks playing Protoss. This is the HangWith.me Showcase brought to you by HangWith.me and CynicalBrit.com. $200 on the line for the winner, as well as a $50 Pimpest Play bonus. Yes. Interesting. It has been a very long series so far, very economically focused and intense games, no question about that. Probably the longest game I've ever cast, and I believe it was actually even longer than the Kiwi Kaki versus Morrow on the Metalopolis. We cast the game of Tal'Darim Altar, and that went on for freaking ever. Yeah, indeed. So if you like your macro games, go and support Tal'Darim Altar as an official map, because as it turns out, it really does encourage them. Xel'Naga Caverns not so much, but a well-loved map nonetheless, and we'll find out exactly what happens right here. Socke is up one game. This could be potentially the last game. We could see Socke take this and take a 4-2 win over his opponent Morrow. However, Morrow will not be wanting that to happen, no question, and he will, yes, he will, go for the throat. Carpe Jugulum. Morrow, Carpe Jugulum. Right, Socke has to scout around and sees what he can see, sneaks his way into the mineral line. You're no drone, but I am. Look, I make drone noises. What are drone noises, anyway? Okay. Sort of... sounds like a really, really angry Welshman who just can't be arsed. Yes. Drone noise is not known to be the most influential of sounds. Not going to be the new chart hit for 2011, as much as they no doubt wish they could be. Socke with a gateway. It's a Protoss. He's building a gateway. Is anyone surprised by this? No. Spawning pool and extractor coming up right here. And he'll do the same thing that he did the first time, and every other game. He'll build the Zerglings to repulse that, and then he will expand. Must kind of annoy Zerg players that they can't really go into immediate fast expansions anymore. Socke's managed to block it off every single time, and as you'll notice, Socke slips in there, not going to be able to build quick enough. Morrow didn't actually have the resources for it anyway. Queen and two Zerglings on the way, and there's your Cybernetic score coming up for Socke. Now, last game, what we saw was Socke was able to kind of play around with his opponent, really. I wouldn't call it attrition, I would actually call it Socke's efficiency coming into play once again. And he was screwing with Morrow's corrupt account by sort of the point where Morrow actually had to kill his own corruptors, because he would screw around, Socke would deliberately fake Colossus and then not build Colossus, go in with a large Blink Stalker force backed up by Immortals. That would kind of suck for him. And as we saw, it eventually just ground Morrow down. Morrow wasn't able to do it. Several decisive victories for Socke pushed Morrow back. His economy was intact as the Dark Templar came out, which did a huge amount of damage to his base, and that really was all she wrote. And Socke was able to prosecute that attack, and Morrow knew when his number was up and gave up at the appropriate time. There we go. Might as well run that line just in the off chance that Socke has forgotten to defend it, because, you know, Socke is known for forgetting things. He really is not. There's the expansion for Morrow right here. But bear in mind that he can try and keep an eye out, make sure that there's no quick expansion over here. Grab those Xel'Naga watchtowers, keep an eye on what's going on. Sentry on the way up, only a single one though, 2 more gateways to follow it up. And we see that expansion for Morrow almost complete there, and the metabolic boost is on its way. I don't know, I think Morrow's patience actually really got the better of him in the last game, and that's possibly something he needs to think about. He's great at getting his economy rolling, but in that last game, he wasn't actually able to do anything with it. He waited long enough, and Socke was able to equalize very easily in terms of the number of bases and the size of that economy. And he efficiently used his units, whereas Morrow really didn't. Banelings, as great as they are, they're not all that efficient sometimes. And what you noticed is towards the end of that match, those Baneling drops were becoming less and less effective as Socke adapted his strategy. And the idea of those Baneling drops was obviously to prevent the Protoss from building these so-called death balls, these really large balls protecting Colossus, and it makes it very vulnerable, incredibly vulnerable if you bunch up and then over the top come the Banelings and the bombs come raining down atop your head. It's not the kind of thing that you want to happen. It was a good response, but Socke started splitting his units way more effectively. We're going to see an expansion coming out pretty early, I would think, here for Socke. Yes, he's got the money for it. There's the Nexus deployment. The Telltale Sentries available right there. Bear in mind that there are 2 potential access routes on... actually, 3 potential access routes for the opponent on Xel'Naga. So it's the kind of thing you want to keep an eye on. But very, very careful when you're expanding in this particular area, and keep some sight up. As you see, Morrow is keeping sight on this corridor right here. Some call it a secret hallway. No, that is not as sexy as you might believe. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Socke blocks it off there. A sentry and a zealot. Please tell me my internet connection is not gone down again. I've lost my BattleNet connection. I'm hoping my internet is okay. Oh no, we're back. We're back. We're good. It's okay. It's just BattleNet screwing around. And I've lost my sodding overlay thanks to that. Bloody BattleNet. Oh my god. Thankfully, those of you on the VOD have no idea what just happened, except for the fact that I told you. Expansion coming up right here for Morrow on the gold minerals. No big surprise right there. He feels he's got map control, and he does. Mostly dedicating himself to roaches right here as his lair comes up, and he's got his attack upgrade coming up for missile weapons as well. Oh yes, Socke expands. He's happy about this. He's joyous about this. There is some kind of celebration in his honor. There's cake and stuff. Do Protoss eat cake? Protoss don't have mouths, so no, they do not eat cake, as you can see. Perhaps they absorb the essence of cake, psionically. You never know. You never know. If you were in a society where there was no cake, no wonder you would be a bunch of party poopers, which, let's be honest, that's what the Protoss actually are. They really are. They're very serious about everything, very religious. Cake, no! That is against the light of ire, and such things. Socke pushing out once more. What does he have numbers-wise? Probably enough to do a little bit of damage, certainly. There's only 12 Zerglings and 8 Roaches on the field. He can certainly have a little bit of fighting going on right there. Down goes the pylon. How many gateways does he have? He has 4 and 5. There you go. Aggression could come in from that pylon, and it could be messy for Morrow. Can he hold that line? Maybe, just maybe. There's that Glowery Constitution speed upgrade. There's the charge. That's not going to really result in all that much, but he's able to absorb a lot of the damage on the Zerglings, and the Roach is able to inflict big firepower, but it's not enough. There's no question. Socke is easily able to split that in two. Good force field placement, and an efficient use of units once again. Socke is a master of efficiency. Now he's warping additional units, and that count is rapidly increasing for Socke. Could be especially threatening. More roaches on the way for Morrow, though, so I would be a little concerned about that. Socke pulls back once again. Not feeling it. Not feeling it at all. Especially with that speed upgrade coming in and the creep spread, that could be dangerous. Those force fields will be significantly less effective against faster moving opponents. A little bit of a snipe on right there. Takes one. Can he take a second? He used a lot of force fields right there. A lot of energy expended to try and take another roach right there. My BattleNet connection falls over again. Please tell me that's not my internet. I certainly hope not. Oh, wow. Damage coming in, folks. There you go. Thrown off by internet connectivity problems, folks. I really am. I'm going to have to check it once again. My internet is down again. Oh, my God. I'm going to have to continue the fight, folks. I am. This will all be VODed. This will all be VODed. Do not worry. Do not stress. I don't know why my internet is falling over. I hate the fact that it's happening, but it is. So I'm going to continue to cast the game and hope against hope that my internet comes back. In the meantime, 2 hatcheries coming up right here. There's one, and there is the second for Morrow. Out expanding his opponent by a fairly significant margin. We have the Spire coming up a little bit earlier this time. Robotics down, and the Colossus den, folks. Oh, no, 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 no. Morrow, don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Loses that. Double robotics facility coming up right here. There's the robotics bay, not double robotics facility. I'm talking out my ass once again. Spire is already on its way to counteract that, though, so Corruptors will be in the air when they are required. There's the Hydralisks, and, of course, he is severely out-expanding his opponent right here. No attempts to take this point, although he might go for it eventually. He's going to do a little bit of damage maybe with the probe. Deploys the pylons around there. Harassment coming in on the gold mineral line. How much more can he take? Does Morrow have the numbers to deal with this? I'm not entirely convinced. Look at that as not the best split in the world, actually. He only managed to prevent 2 roaches from going in, but it was enough. Socke efficiently using his units once again and crushing the roaches under his inquisitorial boot. Oh, yeah. That could be bad. That could be bad. Looks like we are back on the air as far as I can tell. Bear in mind, I will continue this match, folks. It is all VODed. I can't keep restarting. I don't know what's up with the internet right now, but I will continue to cast this match nonetheless. Right now, Socke continues with a push forward right now, and I don't know. He does... it's so difficult to call. I would maybe call it in favor of Morrow, but it's going to come down to force field placement once again. Now, economically, Morrow is going to stream ahead very rapidly right here. He's got a lot of units. Neither of them are capped. Neither of them are capped at all. Drone count significantly in favor of Morrow right here. Needless to say, he's got more drones than his opponent. Protoss not really known for building drones. It's not something that they like to do. My God, will you stop with the goddamn overlay? Stupid BattleNet! Right, there we go. flanking. How much damage can he do? It's a split, and it's not the best split in the world. It does prevent some damage, no question about that, but that front line is melting. Not melting rapidly enough, though. The Immortal takes a terrible toll, finally eliminated. Now the push from Morrow continues. With the Immortal out of the way, he's going to be able to push those all the way back. It is good. And there you go. I saw the defense there from Morrow once again. Okay. Well. This is good. This is good for Morrow. Morrow is in the position Morrow likes to be in. Morrow has lots of money coming in. Morrow is going to be able to rapidly out-expand his opponent in terms of his army count. There are Colossus on the way. There are no Corruptors, but he could certainly build them. He's already got the upgrade right there. Looking for that flyer attack upgrade. He will build it as soon as he spots Colossus, I would imagine. With that single Colossus on the field, will that be enough to help him push back? Right now, an aggressive defense right there. Pulls all the drones off the mineral line. Doesn't want them anywhere near. He now knows there is a Colossus on the field. He immediately responds with Corruptors and more Hydralisks on the way. He'll have to be careful to screen them against the ravening firepower right there. Looks like the internet connection has fallen over once again. Oh, wonderful. We'll just have to deal with it, folks. We will just have to deal with it. There is nothing I can do about that. Oh, wow. 3 photon cannons coming up right now for Socke as he tries to secure this line right here. Doesn't want those Zerg anywhere near it. And what on earth is coming up for Morrow? More Corruptors. His army count, oh dear God, that is not looking good for Socke at all. Socke is a very efficient user of units, but will he have enough? I don't know. I really do not know. He snipes off 2, he snipes off 3. It's a little bit of a feign. He's able to take out some Zerglings with it, but not able to do a huge amount of damage. Units lost-wise, he's pretty much about equal, and the army count still heavily in favor of Morrow right now. 20 Harvesters ahead. He's got those 4 fully operational bases versus the third, which has only really just started going there for Socke. And income still heavily in favor of Morrow. He's going to be able to take advantage of that. There's the attack. That will not be able to break that line as far as I'm concerned. Corruptors take the snipe. Can they kill it? It's so close to dying. It doesn't die. It does not die. Look at it. The Colossi is able to survive on 2 hit points. Kill the Colossus! It will not! It refuses! It takes everything with it! It finally goes down in a blaze of glory. Unbelievable amounts of damage done right there by that single Colossus. Talk about efficient use of units. That's Socke for you, folks. That is Socke for you. No question about that. Oh. It's good, but bear in mind, efficiency's not going to matter right now because Morrow is in a position he likes to be in, folks. He really loves to be in this position. He has a 70 supply count lead. It is nasty. Lots of photon cannons coming down right there. Will he be able to take them out? He certainly will. One goes down, looks for the second. What does Socke have? Barely anything right now. Tries to hold the line, tries to buy time. That's what he's looking for right there. Colossus taken out with great ease. Corruptor count is looking very good for Morrow right here. That is gone, folks. That is gone in a puff of smoke like it was never there. However, the Warpin comes in and we're looking for the counterattack right here. Will he be able to bring in enough units to do that? Those Corruptors are not going to be able to do anything. There's no Colossus on the field right now. Once again, Socke does what he likes to do in this situation. It's a good tactic. He switches over and grabs Immortals instead of loads of Colossus. So those Corruptors are wasted food. Again, talking about efficiency right now. But he's so far behind in terms of his supply count. And losing that is going to hurt him economically in a very significant manner. You can see right there, he is so far behind. He really, really is. Expansion there. Another expansion for Morrow right here. Right now, Morrow not even concerned about technology, just continuing to hammer on his opponent. Will Socke's defense be good enough? I'm not convinced. Look at that. Look at the count. I don't know. I really don't know, but that is genius force fields. Unbelievable force field placement right there. It is very, very good. Will it be enough? It's certainly enough to drive him back. That is God-tier force field placement. Yes, folks, that is beyond S rank. So S rank. DPMFP. You will not get the reference if you do not like Street Fighter. Morrow finally goes into the line. Will he be able to do it? Does he have the numbers? It looks like he might. It really does. Socke's genius force field placement is not going to be enough right here. He forces his way in right there. The photon cannons taking a terrible toll on the Roach forces. They are attacking very well. The Stalker's melting. The Stalkers continue to go down very rapidly. Morrow's forces are rapidly being taken apart, though. He can't break it. He cannot break it, but he does take the Nexus, which was his priority. He is starving his opponent right now. And it is very effective. He can afford to lose those units, folks. He really can. He does not care. He cares not for your flippantry. He just does not care. Morrow continues to hammer on his opponent, looking to equalize right here. Socke is really lagging behind so very much in terms of his unit count. He is almost doubled by his opponent, and that push will eventually break the lines. This is the same situation we saw in Tal'Darim Altar. He is being starved. He cannot hold this unless he goes for an attack, and unless he finds a weakness. He's not going to find it, though. He doesn't have the mobility. He really does not. Psystorm is on the way. That's what he's looking... The patented double infestation pit maneuver coming up right here for Morrow. Not something we usually see, but hey, we'll go for it anyway. Ventral Sack's on the way as well. Baneling Nest is on the way. We're looking for, once again, those drops. Will he even need it? I'm thinking probably not. Take the pylons out, banner his way through there, take a few pylons for free. His unit count is looking very, very strong right now. There are 3 High Templar on the field. Ventral Sack's upgrade is coming in for the drops, once again going into that line. However, he is split up right there. His forces are split up. Supply block for Socke. It's a good storm, a second good storm. The Hydralisks, they take huge damage. Will they take enough, more to the point? No, it's not looking likely. Into the line he goes once again. Very little left on the army count side of Socke. Breaks it down. Way more to hammer blow, ladies and gentlemen. That Nexus will not live. It never lives. It cannot stay alive for more than 5 minutes in this particular game right here. Breaks the line once again. Still, Socke defends. He does. He defends so well, but he has nothing. He is really lagging behind economically. This is getting heavily mined out. He cannot expand. He just cannot do it. Hydras look to snipe off the Nexus. Will they get it in time? 10%? 5%? Oh, good God. 36 HP, but the reinforcements coming from the back right there. It was a trap, ladies and gentlemen. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, GG. Socke loses it, and it's 3-all in this best of 7 series. What is going on?